Coming up next on BG24 News.
Bowling Green ambulance fees are set to increase next month. We'll tell you how much you could be billed.
Political campaigns continue to embrace Ohio, specifically Wood County. Former President Bill Clinton visited Perrysburg Township today, while Senator John McCain visited Bowling Green on Tuesday. We've got the details on both of their remarks.
A young boy collected hundreds of shoes at last week's BGSU football game. See how a local 12-year-old hopes to raise environmental awareness by breaking a world record.
These stories and more next.
Wood County's live local news starts right now. This is BG24 News, live at 5:30.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Tyler Savino.
And I'm Parminder Bunga. Visits to the emergency room are expensive, whether you have insurance or not. These days, a simple x-ray or a few stitches can cost hundreds or even thousands of dollars, and that's without adding the cost of transportation. Bowling Green City Council voted earlier this month to raise the rates of ambulance fees starting next month. Members say they made the decision in order to alleviate costs on the fire division. The extra charges can be anywhere from $50 to $200. The city is not looking to alter anything else with the fire division. They plan to look at different strategies to balance the budget elsewhere.
Wood County's Libertarian Party announced today the full list of rally speakers for tomorrow's Gary Johnson visit. Johnson is the Libertarian candidate on the presidential ballot. He will visit Clazel Entertainment on Main Street. Fred Lefebvre of WSPD's morning show in Toledo will be the MC of the event. Ohio's 5th District Libertarian candidate for Congress, Eric Eberle, will speak before the presidential candidate. Eric will be joined by his brother, Nathan Eberle, the Libertarian candidate for state representative in Ohio's 3rd House District. Clazel's doors open at noon on Friday.
More political news in Wood County tonight. Former President Bill Clinton visited Owens Community College in Perrysburg Township earlier today. His visit was on behalf of President Barack Obama campaigning for a second term as president. He shared similar words in Colorado yesterday. Clinton spoke about the importance of this election for Ohio's middle-class families.
I'm not like a lot of people who say, oh, we've had tough times. Oh, everything's not perfect. I like a person who gets down in the dirt and fights for change and make things happen. I am more enthusiastic about President Obama this time than I was when I campaigned for him 4 years ago.
After speaking in Perrysburg, Clinton went on to deliver remarks at Akron and Chillicothe.
2008's Republican presidential candidate John McCain also recently campaigned in Wood County. The Arizona senator traveled throughout Ohio and stopped at Bowling Green's Republican headquarters on Main Street. McCain thanked volunteers for their hard work in supporting Republican candidate Mitt Romney. He went on the offensive and cited Obama's poor handling of the September 11th attacks in Libya. McCain said the eyes of the nation and the eyes of the world will be on the state of Ohio on Election Day. U.S. Senate candidate John Mandel joined McCain at the event.
5 days until Election Day, and the candidates are still neck and neck. Let's take a look at the current poll numbers from Real Clear Politics. Last week, Republican presidential candidate Mitt Romney had a slight lead over President Barack Obama. Romney was projected to win by 5 electoral votes, but it seems tonight that the lead has shifted. President Obama is projected to win 201 electoral votes, while Governor Romney is projected to win 191. Still, Real Clear Politics says 146 electoral votes are too close to call this too close to call. This election could easily go either way. Students across BGSU are scheduling classes for the spring 2013 semester. Reporter Gemma Schultz tells us some students are using a new tool to help choose their instructors.
Scheduling classes is not always an easy task for new students. Many seek help and meet with advisors to evaluate their course load and choose classes.
Not scheduled yet because I'm a first year, but it is in my shopping cart.
Spring semester is just around the corner, which means many freshmen and sophomores are rushing to schedule their classes. With signups rapidly approaching next week, it leaves many students unsure of how to enroll for their new courses.
I have not scheduled classes yet, but I've looked into it and met with my advisor. We went over stuff.
RateMyProfessor.com is also becoming a popular tool for students at BGSU. The site allows you to rate your professor on helpfulness, clarity, and easiness, and also gives a section for comments. BGSU has over 1,000 professors listed on the site to help students decide which teacher is best for them.
I know somebody that only schedules certain classes after they use Rate My Professor. So I have heard that it is a really good system. I just haven't used it personally.
Rate My Professor, I feel like, is useful in some ways. When I used it, I got a little confused because I don't really know how it works yet. But other than that, I think it'd be useful for students just to know how other students view professors.
Registration for Spring 2013 begins November 5th and 7th and runs through January. To get prepared for next week, log on to your My BGSU account and search for classes in Spring 2013. Select the course and simply add it to your shopping cart. With growing demand, RateMyProfessor.com is becoming the online advising tool for many students here on campus. For BG24, I'm Gemma Schultz.
Juniors and seniors were able to start scheduling classes last month. Sophomores can register on Monday and freshmen can register on Wednesday. Registering for both days starts at 7 a.m.
Speaking of Rate My Professor, we all have that one professor we can't stand. The Princeton Review recently ranked the colleges where professors get the worst reviews. Some universities where professors are getting low marks include the University of Rhode Island, California Institute of Technology, and the State University of New Jersey. Interestingly enough, Princeton's best university in the world made the list. California Institute of Technology ranked number 4 on this list. Well, I don't know about you, but I loved the change in weather. It was such a welcome change from Sandy's wrath.
Oh, definitely. This rain was really annoying this week.
And to find out what it's going to do for next week, weathercaster Lacey Hagan joins us now for your current conditions.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. This weather that we've had is anything but the least refreshing. So if we look outside though, we're sitting at about 50 degrees. So that's much warmer than what we've had the past couple days. And we've actually had a little bit of sun. We're still a little bit breezy, but I'll take this any day. So I'll have a look at our forecast coming up soon.
Thanks, Lacey. Coming up next.
The Associated Press reports that death toll following Hurricane Sandy is 74. We've got updates on the massive storm.
And University Activities Association is letting the student body choose BGSU's next comedian visitor. Stay with us.
In other news tonight, Hurricane Sandy continues to wreak havoc on the East Coast. Take a look at this time-lapsed video shot during the hurricane. The vicious storm walloped the eastern coast, and communities are still feeling the consequences. More than 8 million people could be left in the dark for more than 10 days. New Jersey News 12's Renee Marsh updates us on recovery efforts.
It's been 3 days since Superstorm Sandy bore down on the East Coast, but recovery is just beginning. Governor Chris Christie of hard-hit New Jersey is asking for patience.
I'm not paid to have patience. I'm paid to get things done for all of you, but I need you to have patience as I'm trying to get all these things done.
Christie accompanied President Obama on a tour of storm damage yesterday. The president said Americans go through tough times, but always bounce back.
So my commitment to the people on this block, the people of this community, and the people of this state is that that same spirit will carry over all the way through until our work is done.
In New York, limited subway service is beginning today. With flooded tunnels and packed buses, many commuters have been forced to walk or bike into Manhattan.
We're going to get where we're going and then take it one step at a time and figure it out.
Governor Cuomo declared a transportation emergency, waiving fees on mass transit until the end of the week. The storm damage was so extensive at New York's Bellevue Hospital that it had to be shut down, with National Guard troops evacuating patients. 10,000 Army, Air, and National Guard troops have been put on duty in 13 states. Those left with waterlogged homes and damaged businesses across the eastern seaboard say they're getting through day by day.
I think I'm in survival mode, so I'm just going. I'm just doing one step at a time.
Well, if you pass by any gas station in the area, the lines are unbelievably long, people waiting hours to fuel up, and traffic around this region is a nightmare. And because of that, New York's mayor saying that if people are trying to get into Manhattan, they have to carpool during certain hours. Reporting in Hoboken, New Jersey, I'm Renee Marsh.
As Sandy rattled the eastern coast, Facebook users shared pictures from the natural disaster. But some of the images might not have been genuine. Reporter Madeline Fenning reminds us you can't always believe what you see.
The effects of Hurricane Sandy left many students surprised with higher than usual wind rates and lower temperatures. However, the effects of weather are not the only thing that have taken students by surprise. Hurricane Sandy caused a tidal wave of shocking pictures seen floating around social networking sites. The most talked about and shared photo depicts a borderline apocalyptic Ellis Island with the Statue of Liberty in the path of Sandy's destruction. However, Discovery Channel News explains the photo was actually a photoshopped fake. Some BGSU students fell for the hoax, while others caught on more quickly.
Well, I originally saw the picture on my Facebook profile, and the first time I saw it, I originally saved it because I thought it was real. I showed it to all my friends, and I was like, you'll never believe this. So I definitely believe that it was real, 100%.
The first time I saw it, it struck me a little bit because you obviously think, is this real or is this fake? But as I looked at it, it was fake because we don't have a picture here for me to show you, but the storm, even if it was real, it was just way too intense. It was completely black. There were thunderstorms in there. It just wasn't really believable.
But where did the mass of ominous churning clouds depicted in the photo actually come from? The stormy addition to an otherwise typical photo of Lady Liberty actually comes from a 2004 image of a Nebraska supercell tornado taken by Mike Hollingshead. Some students were relieved to find out the photo was in fact photoshopped.
I felt like a fool a little bit, but you know, I guess it is a good thing in a way that it wasn't that drastic.
I'm Madeline Fenning, BG24 News.
BG24 News is keeping you up to date with the most important hurricane updates on our Facebook page, and we'll make sure our images are the real deal. Check it out at facebook.com/BG24News.
Coming up next.
A local environmentalist fights to land the Guinness World Record. And get this, he's 12 years old.
And something in this Halloween video is going to go terribly wrong. Can you guess what it is? Stay with us.
Now, Wood County's live local forecast with BG24 Black Swamp weather.
Hi, Lacey Hagan here with a look at your Black Swamp forecast. If you take a look outside, currently we're about 50 degrees and we have had a little bit of sun today, so that's new from what we've been experiencing the past couple days. We have still a little bit of cloud cover and we still have a breeze at about 21 miles per hour, but overall much better than what we've been experiencing. For tonight's forecast, we'll get down to about 33, so right on the border of freezing, and we will still have a little bit of wind sticking around, about 15 miles per hour, so a little bit less than what we're experiencing now, but overall not too bad. For tomorrow's forecast, we're only going to reach about 47 degrees, but no rain, so much better than the past couple really crazy days with lots of precipitation. We will still have a breeze at about 14 miles per hour. And for tomorrow night's forecast, we'll drop a couple degrees, about down to 41, and we will be bringing in a couple showers. Again, our humidity will rise about 75%, or up to 75%, so we will have a little bit of water in the atmosphere, which will bring in some showers. If we look out right now at our local precipitation, we currently are not experiencing any. Off to the east, there is quite a bit of rain, but fortunately our winds are coming out of the west now, so that will not be hitting us anytime soon. For our temperatures, we are sitting at about 50, a little bit below us, a little bit chillier, but if you go closer to the east, it's even cooler, so, and to our west, a little bit warmer. For our wind speeds, we are at about 15 miles per hour. Everyone around us about in the same general wind speed, nothing too major, not that much of a high wind out. For the 5-day forecast, Friday, we will be up to 47 with a low of 31 and some sun. And Saturday will be a really nice looking day at 48. Sunday will go down to about 45, Monday 44, so sunny for all 3 days, and Tuesday will come in with a little bit of cloud cover and about to 46. So in my opinion, this is much better than what we've had the past couple of days. I don't know about you guys, but I'll take cooler temperatures over rain.
Compared to the rain we've had, the sun is amazing.
Yes.
12-year-old ecologist Eric Hansen, or Eco Eric, has partnered with BGSU for a shoe collecting campaign.
If you attended the BGSU football game against Eastern Michigan University last weekend, television, you may have seen a young boy running a shoe drive. This 12-year-old boy's name is Eric Hansen, and he is the founder of Eco Eric. Eco Eric collects old shoes and jeans for recycling. Eric has been doing this since he was 8 years old.
I collect old jeans and old shoes and then recycle them into useful purposes, like for the jeans into housing insulation to donate back to communities in need, and for the shoes for various purposes like car insulation and basketball courts.
Eco Eric paired with BGSU's Camp Millionaire in order to break a Guinness World Record, but also donate to a good cause.
At Washington, D.C., they'll be used to set a Guinness World Record for the longest collection of longest chain of tied tennis shoes. Yeah. And then after that, they'll be recycled into basketball courts.
Hansen says he has a love for recycling and encourages everyone to do it for a better world. Reporting for BG24 News, I'm Megan Gallagher.
The University Activities Association is asking university students to help decide what comedian should headline at BGSU. It's part of an event called LOL with UAO. The comedian will visit BGSU in the spring semester. The options include Bo Burnham, Steve-O and friends, Rob Schneider, Nick Cannon, Seth Meyers, Brad Sherwood, and Colin Mockery. If you'd like to vote, we'll put the link on our Facebook page. Now, let's go to Perry Yost for a preview of BG24 Sports.
Thanks, Parminder. Coming up next on BG24 Sports, Falcon football has a week and a half off before taking on Ohio. Hear what Coach Clausen has to say about the upcoming week. Also, we will preview some BGSU basketball and review the MAC Cross Country Championships. Coming up next, all that and more coming up next on BG24 Sports.
It's un-Falcon believable coverage that you won't get anywhere else. This is BG24 Sports.
Hello and welcome to BG24 Sports. I'm Perry Yost. Thank you for joining us tonight. The MAC preseason polls are out and basketball season is underway. With both the men's and women's team in play this weekend, Sports Director Simone Eli was out at Media Day from the Stroh Center.
Well, the MAC preseason poll is out, and the Bowling Green Falcons have been picked to finish 5th in the MAC East Division, Ohio finishing 1st. Senior Austin Calhoun was picked to the preseason All-MAC team.
I think it's cool. I'm really not into everything like that. I didn't really know until somebody told me, but I think things like that are cool. But, I mean, I'm just really trying to be a leader to the young players, the players that we had transferring in, things like that. So my main focus is just being a leader out here to everybody.
Austin AC, he's one of our senior leaders. I think one of the most talented guys in our league, without a doubt. He's playing as competitively and as hard as I've seen him play. I think he's embracing the opportunity that he has. That's huge. You know, I've never been one to go by what somebody's opinion is on a team that I coach, I'm a part of. Right now, we have as good opportunity as anyone in the league, you know, to compete for the league championship.
We definitely got the best team in the MAC. We're going to win the MAC. There's no question we should be #1, but really don't worry about that and just go out there and prove people wrong.
The Falcons will open up its season with an exhibition game this Sunday against Central State. Reporting from the Stroh Center, I'm Simone Eli.
The women's basketball team has several new faces this year. With 3 new members to the coaching staff and even more to the roster, the women are open their exhibition season Saturday against Slippery Rock at home. Head coach Jennifer Roos is ready for her first official game as leader of the Falcons.
It's been actually really exciting. So we actually lost 10 faces, including coaches and support staff and players from last year. So we have 8 new faces, including coaches and support staff for this year. So it's been a lot of fun with 2 new freshmen and 2 transfers and 3 new staff members and a new trainer. It's been like starting coaching all over again.
This past Sunday, we scrimmaged Ashland, went to open scrimmage where we played pretty much a full game and some special situations where, you know, you're down 2 with a couple minutes left. And I think that was our biggest preparation outside of practice for Saturday.
I'm excited. It's going to be an awesome year, under Coach Roos especially. The whole team's come together. It's going to be a great year.
On to some football now. After a huge win against Eastern Michigan last week, the Falcons take a week and a half off before traveling to Ohio U next Wednesday. The Falcons earned bowl eligibility after their 6th win after beating Eastern Michigan on Saturday, and they look to remain in contention for a MAC title with a win over Ohio.
We're right where we want to be. We have a chance to compete for the MAC championship, and it sets up a huge game with Ohio a week from today, next Wednesday, at Ohio on national television, and that'll be a big challenge for our program in all 3 phases. You could certainly argue that Ohio has been the most successful and most consistent program in the MAC over the last 4 years, and you know, especially in the East.
We got a lot more time also to prepare for Ohio. You know, we have more time to get into the film room, get into the training room, make sure our bodies heal up, and with practice also to go through more plays and get more repetitions against their offense is definitely, you know, a big thing for us.
It's exciting. Well, one, just to be still in contention to play for a MAC title, and then it being on a big stage like ESPN, getting a national recognition makes the game even bigger. So, I mean, it makes us put a little bit more effort into it, a little bit more focus.
Last Saturday, both the men's and women's cross-country teams raced in the MAC championships. The men placed 9th, while the women's came away with an 8th place finish. As a team, the women completed the course with an average time of 22 minutes and 43.6 seconds. The men in the 8K race averaged 26 minutes and 18.1 seconds. Congratulations to both the teams. On to swimming. On Friday, the Falcons will be racing the Miami Redhawks. Then Saturday, they will face the Ball State Cardinals. These races will be the first MAC regular season test for the Falcons as they come off a pair of wins over Ashland and Wayne State last week. Last season, BGSU finished behind both of those teams in MAC play and are looking to change that starting Friday night. Good luck, Falcons. In hockey, tomorrow at Michigan State and Saturday at BG, the Falcons will take on the MSU Spartans. After barely beating out Ohio State last Saturday in a CCHA shootout, the Falcons are hoping to get 2 solid wins and improve the record 1, 4, and 2 overall. The games will start at 5:05 and 7:05 respectively. Looking ahead to this weekend, many teams will be in action. On Friday, Falcons swimming will be at Miami, hockey will be at Michigan State, and volleyball will face Buffalo at home. On Saturday, women's basketball will host an exhibition game with Sudbury Rock. Swimming will be at Ball State, men's soccer will be at West Virginia, hockey will host MSU, and volleyball senior night will be at home against Akron at 5 p.m. That's all for BG24 Sports. I'm Perry Yost, and we'll be right back.
A Halloween pumpkin carving experiment went very wrong on live TV in our neighboring state of Indiana. Jason Lindsay, known as Hooked on Science Guy, was trying to demonstrate how you can use a small explosion to carve a pumpkin. Here's how it was supposed to go.
Wear your fireproof suit today.
I don't think this witch's hat is fireproof.
He pre-cut the eyes, nose, and mouth out of the pumpkin and filled it with a chemical formula. Once the gas was built up inside the pumpkin, he ignited it with a lighter, and the eyes, nose, and mouth were supposed to pop right out. He apparently allowed the pumpkin to fill up with too much gas, so when it lit with the lighter, it exploded. No one was hurt. Now, Lacey Hagan's back for a last look at weather. Lacey?
Like I said, really not much of a chance for precipitation, maybe a little bit Friday night and into early Saturday, and that looks like that'll be about it. So I think it'll be much better than the effects of Hurricane Sandy. That was pretty cold.
For Tyler Savino, Lacey Hagan, and Perry Yost, I'm Parminder Bunga. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments or story ideas, check out our BG24 News website at bg24news.org. We'll see you on Tuesday.